I had another find at a local flea market. It's a Dremel style hand grinder, a mini grinder, I don't know what you call them. It looks never used. I already own a real Dremel, but its bearing is getting a little loose, so it's good to have a replacement. It did, however, have an issue. The locking pin was interfering with the axle, so I took it apart and I've ground down the pin using my original Dremel, and now it's running much more quiet. I actually think this was a returned item, probably warranty because of the noise it was making. So I actually think it has never been used. There were no tool bits, unfortunately, but it did came with a flexible extension. And for my new lathe project, I'm gonna make a holder for this thing, so I can use it on the lathe. It may come in handy when I want to make a really nice number 2 Morse taper for the drill shocks I bought. Yeah, that'll do. I deburred the edges with my shitty file, and now I'm going to turn down the other side. Only half of the surface area is cut. Pretty rough. I've changed to a carbide insert tool, and let's see what kind of surface finish I can get with this. too low. Well, that's quite a bit better. This material doesn't seem to be consistent when it comes to hardness. It's like there are chunks in there that are harder than the rest of the material. Alright. I re-shimmed the tool. It's now nice at center height. I've turned around the workpiece and now it's sitting nice and flush against the shock. So I'm gonna recut this side and hopefully square things up a bit. Oh, that took forever. It's hard to cut near the center. I don't know, it may have hardened because of the grinding, although I find that hard to believe. It might be the speed, but I'm working at 515 RPM. I don't want to go any faster with a unbalanced workpiece like this. I'm gonna drill a hole through it here to mount it to the compound, and I'm gonna drill it here where I can hold down the grinder extension. Alright, so here we are at the wonderfully cheap Topcraft drill press, which doesn't have enough treble to punch and hold straight through the workpiece. Well, I am going to try it anyway. Here we go. It's making a real mess. The safety switch of the belt casing switched off. Ah, fucker. This is a safety issue. Go. I can't go any deeper. Man, this is making a real mess. Yeah, it's true. I can't help but feel a little proud that this cheap drill press got all the way through. Now I gotta clean up this mess. So obviously this is not going to work. I'm gonna take off about 7 millimeters, but that is not nearly enough. So I gotta bore this out to, let's see, about 25 millimeters. I have a drill, 25 millimeter drill, but that won't fit the cheap drill press. So I will need to do this on the lathe. Okay, the workpiece is back in the forejaw. I mounted it off center. I centered the hole as good as I could get it. Seems to be running fine. I had to flip one of the jaws. It's, well, I hope it's tight enough in there, because this could get dangerous. It might take out the lamp or the camera, maybe an eyeball. Well, we'll see. I'll run it at the lowest speed. A bit of dyno droppings. It is wobbling a bit. Yeah, that's enough. I switched to a 25 millimeter drill for the next step. That should be okay. I think I need to bore out the rest to get a flat surface where the locking bolt could sit on. I've been playing with this boring bar for a while now, and this is really hard. I've never done this before, so there's a learning curve, I guess. But you can't see anything that's happening in there unless you, well, put yourself in a bit of danger, I guess. The tool might be a little, well, it might not be all too sharp. I tried to sharpen the tool, so let's try again. I'm sorry, the camera battery died. Well, this video is getting too long and boring anyway. I got the hole bored out. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but well, what is? And more important, the little lever from the tool post fits. So now I gotta do the other side. I've got both sides bored out, so now I'm able to fit it onto the compound. Oh sure. Like a glove. It's even pretty straight. So now I'm going to change out the chuck for a drill holder and bore straight through this. I think if I square it up with the front of the drill chuck, that would be good enough. I'm going to change the setup slightly. I'm going to turn the crosslight, the compound, so I can come in from behind and push the workpiece with the drill stock. Okay, I'm ready for center drilling. Dino droppings. That's as far as the tailstock can push me. I'll try it with a carriage. The next size drill will be 12mm, and I don't know if you can see this, but this flexible shaft grinder thingy, it is tapered, and I'm gonna hold it over 5 centimeters here. So this end is about 12mm and this here about 13, maybe 13.5. So I'm gonna drill at 12 and then I'm gonna drill at 13, and since I'm gonna split it in half and bolt it down again, because I can't take this thing apart, it's all pressed fit and I don't see any way how I can get this apart and back together without damaging it. Shit! Now the arbor broke loose. Craptastic. Damn. Alright. I got another one, I'll try that. I switched out the chuck arbor combination. The drill bit seems to be fine. I was running at 550 RPM, so I'll change that to 350. Okay. See if I can get this any tighter. We need more lubrication. I'm gonna try a smaller drill first, because this sounds, well, terrible. This is the 6mm drill. It goes through very easy, very nice, except for those long and stringy chips. That's a mess. Sharp fuckers. Next, 12mm. Alright, I got it all nice looped up and I'm ready to run it through. So this is the second attempt at the 12mm drill bit. Still running at 350. What the fuck? Why did you do that? I'm gonna try 210 RPM. Again, the taper from the arbor got loose. Let me get my hammer. I took everything out of the spindle, took it apart. I cleaned, I degreased the taper with some brake cleaner. Gave it a couple of whacks with a nylon hammer. And I'm ready for another try. Well, that turned out quite a bit harder than I thought it would be, but I got a nice hole, and up next is the 13mm drill that is gonna drill almost to the end. Some loop. This is rather hot. You can almost hold it. It has cooled down a bit. I don't think I'll need a tailstock for this. That way I can see how far the drill bit is. No! Again the taper broke. Piece of shit. I need a bigger hammer. Well, this is a bit of a disaster. The drill bit is really stuck in there. And I'm afraid I will break the drill. So I think I'm gonna try heating up the workpiece. Hopefully things will loosen up a bit, and if the drill breaks, then we got a new challenge. I was able to hammer the workpiece loose. Got lucky there because it was really stuck. I lined it up as good as I could get it. I think what happened was that since I was using the carriage to move it forward, that the piece was bent a bit, it turned a bit, and that seized up the drill. So this time I'm gonna feed it again with the tail stuck. It would have been better if I skipped the 12mm drill and went straight to 13, and because now I only need to take off 1mm, and that's, well, isn't working that great. I think I'll run it at a higher RPM this time. Another failure. This time it was the number 4 most stable adapter sleeve that came loose, and it's really tight in there. I'll have to hammer it off again. It is really stuck in there, so I'm gonna try some heat. Well, I can't get the drill out, so I'll continue with the next step, which is drilling 4 holes that gonna hold the 2 halves together after I cut this piece off. Well, at least it makes a nice handle to hold on to while drilling. There's that. Hopefully I won't get another drill stuck in there. Oh, well, it helps if you tighten down the drill bit. That's good enough. Another fine job by the cheap drill press. Next size 5mm. So I thought I would try one more time hammering this thing off, and there's a little play here, so it should be possible to get it off. Maybe add some lubrication. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that worked. Well, I'm not gonna try drilling again. I'll probably have to file it to size. The drill, it didn't go straight in. I don't know if you can see that, but it's only an ridge on one side. It was stupid of me to drill 12 and then 13. I should have gone straight for 13. I didn't feel like filing this thing to size, so I decided to mount it to the forejaw and give drilling one more try. I'm running at 210 RPM, and I'm feeding it very slowly. is the same drill. It didn't appear to be damaged, so there are a few chips here, so it is doing something. Oh, hopefully it won't seize up again. Bastard. I'm gonna try bore the hole to size with a small boring bar. I got the compound set to cut a slide taper. Well, hopefully it'll work. Well, that went far from perfect, but I got some material off, so there will be less filing to do, which is good. It's time to cut the piece in half, and I came up with this rather complex looking setup using a cheap milling attachment. I could have used a hacksaw, but I broke the blade and I haven't been able to find a web shop or a local seller that carries those blades. They are rather hard to get. I used the dial indicator to zero out the blade. I squared things up. I got my toothbrush to clear out the teeth. I will be using plenty of oil and feed it very slowly, running at the lowest RPM that this lathe can do. Well, it did do something. The teeth are still there. This will take some time. Well, it's done. Took forever, but it is done. It's actually quite smooth. Glad that's over. It's 1 o'clock in the evening. It took about 2 hours to cut through this stuff. So, there you have it. My first more or less successfully completed lathe project. Wonderful. although it was quite a pain to make. It's not perfect. I wish I hadn't made that mistake with the drill, because now the hole is a little bit angled, but that won't be a problem whenever I get to use this. It is possible to mount it in two positions, this way, and you could flip it over to mount it that way. Well, it's on to the next project.